Hello there. Welcome to another video. Welcome to another language bite. This bite is fun. This bite is going to make us fly with our imagination, hopefully. But all in all, this bite is going to be extremely useful for those who are looking to improve their fluency, sound more confident, sound more natural, because we're here to talk about idioms. Idioms are great pieces of vocabulary that help us enhance our communication skills, as well as I said, sound more fluent and natural. They help us understand cultural nuances. There's usually some background story or cultural reference behind some of the most popular idioms. They help us, all in all, improve our reading and listening comprehension. Sometimes we listen word by word, and of course, we don't always fully understand. Well, it may be the case that what we're listening or reading is an idiom, it's an idiomatic expression. So, let's address the question of what are idioms? And idioms are these pieces of units, perhaps you know them as phrases, that refer to a certain situation or characteristic. Let me give you an example. Small talk is one way to break the ice when meeting someone for the first time. Now, break the ice is a very popular idiom. I'm sure you've probably heard it. If not, let me tell you, there's no ice involved. That's what I mentioned, or what I referred to rather, when I said that what we hear may not actually be what we think it does. I hear break the ice and I picture someone breaking an ice, and that has nothing to do with meeting someone for the first time. Well, what this combination of words means is, oh, well, to stop talking with someone and to make the conversation flow, right? I'm going to provide definitions later on, just bear with me. Sometimes, and this is what I was about to say, sometimes the meaning is rather evident because it's the same in our mother tongue. That is, break the ice in Spanish, my mother tongue, is romper el hielo. Romper, break, the ice, el hielo. And the meaning is also equivalent. It means to, okay, stop talking until we make the conversation flow. But sometimes they may not be that crystal clear. As in, I was thrown in at the deep end when my company sent me to run to the German office. I was only given 2 days' notice to get everything ready. Or we don't see eye to eye with our US parent company about punctuality. We have very different ideas about what being on time means. It's a question of culture. So, as we said, break the ice means to make someone you have just met less nervous and more willing to talk. And we said that that was equivalent in Spanish to the Spanish romper el hielo. To be thrown in at the deep end, which means to be given a difficult task or job to do without preparation, I'm not sure we have something like that. Um, if we do, and if you can think of some, I invite you to leave a comment. I'll take a look. And also, if something similar happens in don't see eye to eye, which means to simply disagree. Mhm. Now, see how sometimes idioms are short and sweet ways of saying a much more complex idea. Break the ice, see how long that definition is. It may not be the case always. Disagree with someone is okay. It could be we don't agree or we disagree with. But they have another layer of meaning. That's why they are so popular in informal contexts, colloquial English. Let's take a look at some other examples. I got into hot water with my boss for wearing casual clothes to the meeting with the potential Japanese customers. I really put my foot in it when I met our Spanish partner. Because I was nervous, I said, "Who are you?" rather than "How are you?" I get on like a house on fire with our Polish agent. We like the same things and have the same sense of humor. You can take your time and take this as a challenge. I invite you to pause this video and think of the meaning behind each. Now, to get into hot water with someone means to get in trouble. Like, mm, you know, so get into hot water, something undesirable. To put your foot in it, that I love that one because it's exactly the same in Spanish. If you put your foot, you say or do something without thinking carefully, so that you embarrass or upset someone. In Spanish, we say metí la pata. It's literally that. You put your foot in it. Metí la pata. And to get on like a house on fire, this one is very special. It means to quickly have a friendly relationship with someone, to get on well, but extremely well. I've got some more, such as when I visited China for the first time, I was like a fish out of water. Everything was so different, and I couldn't read any of the signs. My first meeting with our overseas client was a real eye opener. I hadn't seen that style of negotiation before. Now, to be like a fish out of water, this is rather visual. Many of them are, if we pay attention. A fish out of water is uncomfortable. It's dangerous. Even it's not his friendly and natural environment. That's the meaning, to feel uncomfortable in an unfamiliar situation. And when we say that something is a real eye opener, it means that it literally opened our eyes and that we could get to know something from a different point of view. It is an experience, as it says, where you learn something surprising or something you did not know before. So, mind you, some of them have positive meaning, some of them have negative meaning, as you may have guessed or assumed from my examples. Idioms like break the ice, get on like a house on fire, to be a real eye opener, all of these are positive. But when we are thrown in at the deep end, or when we don't see eye to eye with someone, or when we get into hot water, when we put our foot in it, when we feel like fish out of water, then clearly they convey a rather negative meaning or an undesirable situation. So, as we said, sometimes the meaning is evident because the elements together result in a clear image. Sometimes, of course, they're not. Sometimes they're similar in our mother tongue, and sometimes, of course, they're not. So, my advice to you would be to keep your eyes and your mind open for all of these expressions. Take notes, check the dictionary, ask your beloved teacher. All right, so as you know, I left two lovely activities for you to practice and achieve perfection. Is that possible? But since you're here, why don't you stay a little longer and check out some other videos? Thanks for watching. Bye bye.